Okay, and we're live. Welcome, everyone. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm Lama Rod, um, and this is our Medicine Buddha practice. For those of you who are new, it's a guided practice based in the tradition and lineage of Medicine Buddha, coming out of Tibetan Buddhism, and so we'll be moving through just guided practice. In a bit, and we'll take some questions and so forth. Yeah, and then we'll see where we get to. So welcome. If you're new, please go ahead and say hello. Um, so it looks like there's some issue with sound. Can people hear? No sound. Let's see. So you hear an echo. Let's see. Change. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. What about now? Okay, great. Wonderful. So yeah. So what about now? How's the sound now? A little echo from some people. Um, let's see. Okay. I'll tell you what. Sometimes it helps for me to come in and out as well. Wait. Something's happening. Mm, okay, here we go. All right, how's that? Yeah. So how's the sound now? Can anyone hear? Is it bad? to change the sound one more time. We'll get there. Okay, how's that? All right. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome again, everyone. It's so good to see all of you here. Um, and so again, questions can be posted in ask a question box. We'll get to those whenever we get to them, I guess. So any case, it is Valentine's Day, so it's good to celebrate love. Um, so happy Love Day. And what else? Um, you can go ahead and start seeing any requests. So right there, that as well. All right, let's see. Okay, well, I guess this is as good as tonight. So, there we go. I do want to maybe do something around love today, which is not uncommon in the practice for work with that. Um, think that I want to focus on this core essential energy, which we've been working on before. Like we've done this before. We've been using the breath to get there. I want to kind of get us back into working with foundational energy as well. And some of this energy I would actually just call prana for our practice tonight. So I'm not necessarily call on any. We're not really kundalini. Really. No, I'm not intentionally doing that. But when we talk about Buddha, traditionally, though, this kind of class of wisdom, deity practices really based on prana as well. And prana is life force energy. And in Tibetan, you would call it long. And particularly in Chinese medicine and in Tibetan medicine, you do focus a bit on long, which is really bringing energy back into balance. So really, the medicine Buddha teachings, tantras, it is, really working with subtle energy, like our subtle bodies, and particularly into traditions, subtle energy, is a mixture of all kinds of energies, right? And different energies are evoked by different things, um, by different practices. And so, one of the core beliefs about practice that lung is what functions as a glue that keeps consciousness and physical body together. And when the lung uh, begins to weaken, that's a sign of um, kind of like, well, the dying process, actually. Um, so it's just still problems with them. Speakers are feeding into the sound. See, let me see if I can just look into. Huh. Hmm. I am not for sure. What's causing so much of the echo? How's that? Has that changed? What about that? Mm, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna come back in one more time, see what happens. So I think this can be solved. Um, so the um, yeah, okay. So is that okay right now? So I'm just gonna keep talking. So you kind of let me know when. I'm just gonna come back in just to be sure. Okay, so I'll be. Okay, so how's that? So how's that sounding, everyone? So, so what was I talking about? Oh, slung, like for Sonata. Um, okay, we'll just kind of work with this night. Um, um, so we'll just work with it. What was I saying? Life force energy prana. Yeah, and this being the core kind of avenues. So we get to working, strengthening, and concentrating prana. Now in practice, we're often the core of the training around something is really about developing agency over prana. So you begin to develop practices that where you're consciously directing channeling prana throughout the body, and this is all kind of the base of Tibetan physical yoga. Both the meditational yoga side and also physical yoga, um, really working with prana. So heard maybe of the practice of tumo. Tumo is body heat, the practice of body. Everyone romanticizes that. Learning how to consciously raise your body temperature. Um, and so in Tibet, yogis or yoginis, practitioners would have these contests, test how warm your body can get. And those contests would be to winter, for you outside. So everyone would go out and you would be wrapped in a wet sheet. So you're wrapped in a wet sheet, and then you start raising your body, and whoever dries the wet sheet around their body first is the winner of the contest. I don't know what one wins, but if you can dry a sheet from raising your body temperature, it doesn't matter the first or last to do. You probably already won. You've won the meditation game. And so when our prana, of course, radiating from the subtle energy body, starts to be tamed, then we also say that's getting us close to the awakening, enlightenment, right? My teacher would talk about how the point is to learn how to shift prana up the central channel, which we would call with different names: Shishima, and we call it Uma, a central channel that runs parallel up spine, from to the spine to the head. In theory, running through the chakras that are aligned with the central. So start getting prana shifted up in the central channel, then that begins this kind of track to enlightenment. Apparently, so basically, enlightened beings, their central channel filled consciously with prana. But it's also the basis of prana. Is also the basis of energy. Energy healing modalities. Reiki. Reiki is said to be old, ancient Tibetan lineage that was lost and then rediscovered as well. And of course, that's working with energy. But to learn to become conscious of that energy is really important in terms of the healing blessings and benefits of this, right? And so know the prana and the breath are linked. So this guides to the practice of Lama, where you're breathing, but that breathing is also training with processing, right? So some of you may know if you study Kundalini practice, Kundalini rests uh, at the base of the spine. So through practice, meditation, breath, and physical practices, you can awaken Kundalini at the base of the spine, which Kundalini is an expression. Shakti is an expression of I would say it is an expression of prana as well, but it really depends on what tradition you're coming from. The Shakti is often aligned with the divine feminine energy of the universe. Now, I would say, like in my practice, I would call prana, say Shakti is prana infused love. Whereas prana by itself, I have found to be a very neutral energy. Um, like, right? I'm sure someone knows. Not to say that we have never when I'm working with the root chakra, work with the base of the spine, that energy area down there, I like to say that we're not awake as well. But Shakti usually comes with mixed joy. And so it begins to awaken joy, bliss as well. I'm sure at least one of you have experienced the awakening of Kundalini. Experience great joy in the practice more than likely. I think that's Kundalini Shakti arises. So again, Kundalini is Shakti that arises, that awakens within the body, right? Shakti, prana are often about separately as separate energies, but the same energy. So and that's where I want to kind of go tonight. And this is going to be subtle. I mean, super subtle. But just to kind of get a sense, right, of what we're talking about, because like this is also for me the basis of beginning. All right. I guess I would actually say attunement. This is a kind of attunement ritual as well. And there's also kind of an empowerment as well. It's a lot that's in these kinds of practices. So I think I want to put this through stages as well. And we're gonna using a little bit of the breath as well to kind of start initiating this too. So let's get started. I wanna have a good long while period to really kind of get into this. So again, always beginning, allow to come into a position that feels appropriate. We'll do prayer requests. So again, before we begin, everyone, go ahead and put your prayer requests up. If you, I'm gonna offer those. And in general, um, always offer them. It's the prayers are um, received. Once prayers are articulated, like it's out there, even if you're just typing into the chat, those prayers have been offered with or without me offering them in practice. Any prayer articulated, mentally, written as a prayer that's been often offered, because it is beginning of shifting intention towards a goal, towards something that is needed. Of course, in group practice, we can actually deepen that, and just kind of power it up. Speak. Group practice is always very powerful because our practice actually begins to accumulate together, which is really, this is why these huge like prayer festivals are really powerful. A lot of people get together and pray and practice together. It creates a force, you know. So to begin with, I just invite you to shift your attention to the weight of your body. So this is always starting with the physical. It's like touching home base. It's like touching the earth, which is what all of the initial practices we're beginning with tonight. It's about touching the earth. When we can touch the earth, touch this kind of physical expression, then it becomes a kind of an anchor for us, as we move higher. Right. So as we move higher, we're talking about vibrations. We're getting to like vibrate. So our subtle is beginning to vibrate higher, right? When we start these practices, and that's going to take us into communication with other subtle energies and being reside on that vibrational level. It's going to take us into relationship. Like this is the definition of mediumship. Like mediumship is about like vibrating in frequency to contact disembodies, So once again, coming back to the body, noticing the weight of the body, noticing the sensation of the body in contact with the seat. Now this is an expression of the element of earth energy. So sensation is just energy, right? So we're already beginning to connect. So shifting lower now. I invite you to actually notice the earth on you. You can notice the earth maybe contact with the floor, of the room that you're in. You don't need to be on for earth, on the physical dirt and soil. But noticing the ways in which the earth elemental energy expressing itself anywhere, anything that is form, anything that is structural, foundational is of earth energy. Again, this is really important because my theory of this is that we can really ground really deeply with earth energy becomes a trigger for us when we start shooting up into these higher vibrations, right? For some of you, you easily leave the body. You kind of travel, right? Travel. Even though travel done in the body, most people kind of leave the body to do traveling, the journey. It's a whole different debate right there. What's better, leaving the body, staying in the body? I do both. So, but no matter what I do, I'm grounding with the earth. When we know earth, like we begin communicating with earth. So make it really simple, right? Don't make this like, as I've said before in the past. Think about the earth. Our earth is touching the consciousness of the earth. And again, this is another very subtle experience. When my awareness touches the energy of the earth, also touching the consciousness of the earth. And just for a few moments, maybe a minute, 2 minutes maybe, I want you to just kind of abide in this very subtle abstract space where you are imagining, but it's more than just imagining, because you are really shifting your awareness to notice the consciousness of the earth. And in that connecting, I want you to notice, or the sensations, visions, signs, messages. But again, keeping this really simple. Don't not thinking about it. Just so another way to do this is as if your awareness is expanding, beginning to mingle with earth element energy around you and under you. And then resting mind in that space and seeing what begins to arise. And that's mingling with earth. Again, keep it light, keep it open, and then go of conceptual thinking. noticing what is arising in the space of touching the earth. Okay, just one more minute. So we'll continue, and we're gonna move into our gratitude practice. We've done quite a few times the gratitude practice of offering to into the earth, right? So shifting practice into reflection. I invite you to begin to reflect on gratitude, so awakening gratitude actually by reflecting on something or something that you're grateful for, or reflecting on all of the kindness and labor them off to us, right? For our being and our happiness from so many beings, most of whom we don't know are offering these things to us. Knowing that we are only alive because of this interdependence, you know, of relying on other beings, our well-being, for our health, our safety. Allowing that energy to awaken within the heart center. And sometimes I like to imagine that there is a lotus. Um, the center is usually green. It's depicted as the heart center, the heart chakra. Um, so there being a green lotus in the heart center that begins to blossom, that begins to open, radiating this radiant white light of gratitude. So if you can, I actually want you to do some of that. You don't have to visualize this clearly, but just having this something is releasing, opening in the heart center. Something's relaxing. You may even want to open the heart center physically just by seeing it. allowing the show to kind of roll back, exploding the heart center. So it's like opening the heart, feeling that lotus, that green lotus opening, leafy, feel green, radiating this energy of gratitude, and that energy begins to feel lovely as well. So you have a sense that your body is beginning to glow, awakening of gratitude. Feel like a Care Bear, right? For those of us who grew up in the 80s, the Care Bear. You know, your symbol is the lotus, opening to radiate this gratitude. There's something to always be grateful for. Connect that, spark that, light it up, feed it, and then awake that energy, and let it. And we offer this into so we can really awaken the earth under us. You need to imagine that this radiance from this energy of gratitude begins to illuminate what you would consider darkness right now in your life. Maybe something seems challenging and frustrating. Even some of the prayer requests that we've so far. Imagining that this energy of gratitude begins to illuminate what we perceive as darkness in the situation we're praying for. And when that darkness is illuminated, what begins to is their healing that begins to happen. Do people get the resources that they need to dwell? Do people have the capacity to transition into the spirit world? Whatever happens when the shadows are illuminated, just imagine it. And imagine that you're sparking that through your radius. Just a little bit longer. If this is helpful, we're not imagining pushing energy out. We're not pushing outward. I want you to imagine that you're just deepening this experience. So you're going deeper and deeper and deeper. Like you're allowing this gratitude, this awakened energy, to actually consume. So you're being consumed with food. That consumption, of this sense of actually feeding the energy of gratitude, the radiance of gratitude into what seems dark. It's just a natural kind of radiant. So you're not pushing, you're just allowing that radiance, to radiate. So another way of saying is that just like resting your experience of gratitude, letting the energy actually push out while you're through thoughts, directing that energy into particular situations. That's all you're doing. So this is what I mean when I often say let the practice work for you. The practice do the work. Push, just be. And just with this simple thought, directing this energy into that's all for you. So another one here. So you feel as if you're getting tired, then you're doing. I would say that you're doing something that's on track. That's one of the signs. We're moving energy around, but we're not necessarily moving, but we're directing and allowing, gently guiding energy around. Now, let's shift our attention to connecting with the earth. When you're ready, I invite you to begin shift or share energy of gratitude down into the earth. And there are a myriad of ways that you can imagine this. You can imagine that this radiance of gratitude is shing down into the earth. You can just imagine the filling of energy down into the earth. We're going to get to the flow of energy very soon. But if you can to what energy feels like, you can just throw it down into the earth. You can just have an aspiration or thought that you're directing it, and that's off as well. And anything else that feels appropriate for you, you can express. But as you shift this energy down into the, we're beginning to imagine that the earth is filled with energy of gratitude. So the earth is immense, boundless, right? The element of earth is without. So you're imagining that the energy of your gratitude using itself with this earth energy, with the earth is as an offering to the earth, and as a way to even awaken the consciousness of the earth even more. So this is when you just allow the mind and the imagination to crack open, right? Just filling the earth with its energy radiating from your subtle energy and physical body. So again, working with this practice for a minute or two. And again, you don't have to be feeling anything or experiencing anything. The experience can be extremely right. But just saying, okay, this has happened, and just sitting with that, letting things happen that you're maybe not conscious of. But just saying I am sharing this energy of gratitude, or I am grateful for the earth is enough for this energy to begin to start shifting. Couple more seconds here. So we're gonna transition a little bit and begin to do some pranayama work. Okay. And this is something that many of you have already know. We're gonna move into our one form, earth breath, and then move into internal exhalation practice. Begin. If the breath isn't accessible for you, right, then don't do the breath. I will offer just alternatives to the breath. Okay. But all of us, I invite you when you're ready to shift your attention base of your spine. just right down into the tailbone. And this is getting into, the root chakra area. Chakras are energy centers that run throughout the body. We tend to focus on main chakras running up and down this channel. There are thousands, tens of thousands of chakras in the body. We're going to focus on the root chakra to begin with. And again, just focus on the base of the spine is enough. Shifting our attention back to the earth. Again, connecting to the earth, noticing the earth. Shifting your attention back to the spine. And if you're working with the breath, imagine that breathing, inhaling and exhaling from the root of the spine or from chakra itself. So you're shifting your attention down low into the body, breathing in and out of the root chakra. If you're not working breath, we'll hold just into the next. Just keep tension on the root chakra, the base of the spine. Okay. So if you're working with breath, breathing in and exhale. I invite you to imagine that you just let go, releasing, exhaling anything that seems heavy, tight, unneeded. Right? This is stuff in our lives. This is stuff that we're carrying for others, releasing whatever feels heavy, burdensome. This root chakra, the base chakra, is often associated with home, goodness, security, safety, stability. So anything related to feeling grounded or secure or safe, this is what we start seeing out to begin to awaken the root chakra you are. Letting go of anxiety, right? Of not having enough or having too much. And then go of things around feeling unsafe. Or feel as if we don't have the resources, just letting it go because this is how hard. And calling in what we need. It's by letting go of the anxiety that creates energetic blocks, that disrupt, calling in what we need. And if you're not with the breath, just imagine releasing that from the chakra at the base of the spine. So a few more seconds. Okay. So when you're ready, and if you use breath, I want you to imagine now that as you inhale into the root chakra, that you're inhaling the energy of the earth. into the root chakra. So the inner stability, foundation, groundedness, um, steadiness, breathing that energy, inhaling that energy into the spine. And as you inhale this energy, continue to release. We don't need in the exhale. So breathe in energy of the earth, exhaling anything we're struggling with out. And if you're not working with that, just imagining that the earth, the root chakra is just absorbing, like pulling this energy up into itself from the earth. So go ahead and add our first mantra for tonight, which is our the mantra of um, evocation or evocation. Om Laskino Soha, which is Buddha. Please think of me, please hear me. Om Lasanya Kino. So I want you to imagine. You can chant this along with. You can just listen, but imagining that this mantra is kind of like it's being chanted, I guess, in the root chakra, right? If the root chakra itself is chanted, so feeling the vibrations, right, and the mantra at the base of the spine, right? And it's going to energize. This is going to be the first of two practices to begin to energize this energy at the base of the spine, this earth energy. Okay. So again, shift your attention back to the base of the spine, the root chakra. As we begin to chant, we're imagining that this mantra is radiating, resonating from this self. Okay. So we'll begin. Om La Sange No Soha Om La Sange No Soha Om Lange Hino Soa. We're going to chant three times to kind of really awaken the energy. Again, the radiating from the root chakra. Okay, so three times. allowing the breath to return back to normal. Okay. And when you feel like your breath is back to whatever is natural for you, move to the second part, energizing this energy before we start moving it up the body. Okay. And this is practice just holding. We're gonna hold the breath. When we hold the breath, we're gonna imagine this like condensing, pressurizing energy in the base of the spine. So it's a pressure situation. So we're just gonna like pressure in the root chakra. That's gonna actually intensify the energy. That's gonna like deepen the awakening of the chakra as well. And then after we'll be ready to start shifting this energy into the, okay? So we'll end deeply, right? And imagine that you're holding at the lower of the body in the root bra. And just hold it for as long as is appropriate for you. So not long, right? Those of you who are not, like practicing this kind of breath regularly, keep it short, maybe 5 seconds at most, okay? But we're gonna move at our own pace. So don't move at my pace, move at your pace, right? And we'll come back together in a minute, okay? So again, breathing, and then if you're not using the breath, just don't do this at all, okay? Just imagine that this is really just concentrated at the base of the spine. So don't do the breath if you're not doing for that right now, okay? So again, breathing in, breathing down into the root chakra, holding the breath, just for a couple seconds, and then just releasing it with 3 times, okay? Whenever you feel dizzy or unstable, just stop doing the breath, come back to a normal breath, okay? Okay. And so going into my last breath, my fifth breath. Okay. So now we'll move to this next stage, which is the internal. So as we breathe into the root chakra, we're going to do that in the exhale. We're going to be exhaling the energy that we've been energizing the root chakra up into the body. And slowly we're getting to fill this body with the energy of the earth, passing through the filter of the root chakra that we've been working to energize through mantra and breath. Okay. So this is something at your own pace. Again, if you're not used to it, just imagining that the root chakra begins to energy up into the body. If you're using the breath, again, breathing into the root chakra, imagine exhaling in the body, feeling that energy release from the root chakra up throughout the body. Okay. So you can begin and start working at your own pace. And we're going to do this for a minute to begin. We'll begin with begin our mantra, our main mantra. Then we'll take a break out prayers, and come back into the mantra practice. Okay. But as you're exhaling into the body, I just need to notice what energy feels like. What does this feel like in the body? So as we get into our mantra, you can just continue doing the breath. You don't have to chant, or you can chant long and you're imagining exhaling internally into the body. So we'll have the mantra. Tea ta bacon se ma bacon se. Asa sumung gate. So which is just simply a prayer to medicine Buddha for healing, a supplication of medicine to be an agent. Okay. Tea ta bacon se ma bacon se. Asa sumung gate so. sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Jaya tam began ze ma began ze raza sumungate soa. Now we'll prepare to offer our prayer tonight, and as always, I call our practice all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, summer protectors, Dakinis, all beings of light, including benevolent ancestors, all deities, saints, angels, and beings who are aligned with our care and our ultimate liberation. I call all of you into our practice, into our spaces. I especially all the all the protectors of the elements to hear our prayers and to act on our behalf. Bring about our deepest wishes we're offering prayers for. And I also offer the prayers that are unspoken, reside in our hearts and our minds, unarticulated, those connected to us. May they experience deepest well-being, happiness, and joy. And we're offering prayers for all people. I see therapists who struggle with childhood trauma and are disconnected from their true natures. We're offering prayer for my healing on levels. Offering prayers of gratitude for this time of refuge. All of us can land together. Lama Rod at the beginning of our for the that comes from knowing this is here. We're all here together. Prayers to for Rod and his teachings and his radiance. A prayer for my city and the change process to be relieved of fear. We're praying for my son who is suffering from mental illness, and in the evening he talks a lot. Prayers for my brother who is dealing with an intense emotional soul disturbance. Prayers that he may find peace and health. Offering prayers for my tita that he knows he's home from this long day at the vet on Friday. My daughter, as she tries for a tiny fish who's very sick and to whom she's become attached. Healing from being brokenhearted. For all people who don't feel loved and perhaps never have that, whether it was true or not. Offering prayer healing on all levels. No prayers for wife and unborn daughter as we prepare to bring her into this world. Prayers for all that I have the resources I need to maintain my practice and be full and kind no matter what comes. And offering prayers for my journey into China medicine. I have the wisdom to know what to let go and where my energy so I may be a conduit of healing. Offering prayer for car healing on all levels. Offering prayer for Sue, Nita, and Chuck Reed, and Walker, and Eduardo. For Uncle G, his surgery and recovery go well. Offering prayers for those family member or friend passing this week. Offering prayer for Albert Bailey, whose mother, Harriet Schiff, entered Bardo last week. For Khalid Masana and his wife, Joe Ward, and healing. For Delich and Eve Son dealing with cancer. Vera, whose mother passed recently. And prayer for Cheryl, who crossed over this week. Prayers for Imildis, Janice, and Lubinkat's health. Prayers for all of us. Pray for all of us experiencing loneliness. Prayers for Falcon Collective and the land and Humboldt neighborhood. Offering prayers. We're all prayers for two-spirit, trans, non-binary, gender diverse, bi, MPOC folks, and anyone suffering from mental health divergence, chronic illness, and disabilities. Prayers for everyone to feel and be loved and held in this world. Prayers for people who are in pain to feel connection with others. Prayers for the people of the Ukraine, safety and peace. Prayers for healing all within the community. And again, I offer prayers for all of those who are impacted, marginalized by systematic violence. Prayers for those of us who are struggling to gather the resources we need to be well. For those who are surviving experiences of war, famine, and that we all may be liberated. Continue to offer unspoken prayers for ourselves and for others around us. We're all connected on this day. Feel and experience the transformative and revolutionary experience of unconditional, bound love. And as we go back into our back practice, may our hearts be wide open, radiating this healing energy of the love world, and do the experiences and situations of all those who've offered prayer for. We offer all these prayers to all those gathered, to all those great beings we've invited to hold these prayers and to act on our behalf. May we all experience the deepest well-being, happiness, joy, and may we all be free as quickly as possible. So as we get to just a couple minutes of mantra, just imagine that our hearts, our bodies are beginning to open with this energy, and just notice, what the radiance of this energy feels like. What does it feel like? Radiate with energy that is nothing but an emotion of compassion, healing, and love. What does that feel like? And I wonder if you allow that energy to take you as it's beginning to take care of all those offered as well. And we begin again and again. O te atam begenze ha begenze rasumunga tisua. Te atam begenze ma begenze rasumunga tisua. Te atam begenze ma begenze Lalu sumanga teswa, teata begenze, ma genze, lalu sumanga teswa, teata begenze, ma genze, lalu sumanga teswa, teata begenze, ma genze, lalu sumanga teswa. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga ua. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga tesu. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga tesu. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga ua. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga tesu. Teata begenze, ma begenze, sumanga tesu. Teata begenze, So returning your attention back to the earth, to the weight of the body, the sensation of the body, making contact with the seat, the earth energy under us. Now, one ask the earth to literally practice. You can say it out loud as a prayer, as a request. But it's asking the earth to pull back into the body, into the spine, to kind of gently reach up and anchor us for a moment. And allow yourself to arrive back into the moment. When you're ready, I want you to slowly begin to awaken the body. Do simple movement, stretch. Maybe just getting up, pacing a little bit if you can. Just doing something, just beginning to shake off any energy. Feel stuff. And we're doing a few cleansing breaths, which is just kind of breathing deeply in, just exhaling strongly, as if you're just like release whatever stuff in your experience. Okay. Okay. Shake it. All right. So we're gonna move into our prayer. Shanti Davis was closing prayer. And we're gonna recite this. Okay. So we're gonna recite this three times together. Just to close our class. Okay. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who, and a boat, a bridge, passage for those as a further shore. Pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until one is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the sight for all the realms of varied beings that reach unto the ends. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those journey, and a boat, a passage for those desiring further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared. May I be the doctor and medicine, and may I for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, nigh on earth the life of all those creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also source of life for all the varied beings that reach into the ends of space. In fact, may I be a protector to those without protection, and a leader for those who journey, a boat, a bridge, a path for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. And just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support life of all the boundless creatures. And until they get away from pain, will be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Okay. All right, friends. Thanks for coming along on this joke. We didn't scare the new people off, but most of you have been before, and you didn't. Well, I heard a fair number of people off. Intending to scare a lot of people off these days because apparently people are being reminded that black and queer at the same time. It's like when Beyonce dropped what song did she drop? When she in Louisiana. Um, Formation. When she dropped Formation, one was like, "It's black." Um, any case, so I hope. Um, and those are the questions I am gonna offer a heart sutra something. Um, and we have a lot of stuff that I offer. That I offer. Um, but I will be offering the tantra of the Golden Girls soon. It's not a joke. It is not a joke because I've been challenged to sit the Golden Girls within a tantric framework, which is really easy to do. Like it's not a challenge. That's going to happen soon. And then everything else. The UK is coming upon us. Well, it's coming upon me very quickly. So I'm kind of distracted with preparing to head over. But Sister Sadada to teach. So maybe some of you, who knows? I don't think any UK people are here because it's so late in the UK. And I'm more not a urgency and discerning when to act and when to pause. Um, I'll get to this question next. Actually, I don't think I'll have time to get into it. Okay. Um, Check when we start the schedule for things. If you have a chance, please with Lama Justin on Friday for Mahamudra. And our community gathering on Wednesday nights by Karen and Miss Brenda. And I'll be in dialogue on Wednesday evening through the Philadelphia Museum of Arts. I'll be dialogue with the local minister in Philly online, talking about the Philly if you're in Philly, the Philadelphia Museum of Art has an on grieving from the perspective of color. So it's like POC, and we're dialoguing online about the importance, or just the relationship between anger and grief and what that means for us right now. And grief is one of my central themes right now for this season. So come out and join us. And you can just find it somewhere online. My website is expressive right now because we're beginning to launch a new platform, which includes a brand new website. So we're kind of downsizing my current website to prepare to launch the new. So anyway, you can just Google Philadelphia Museum of Art or RAMS, and you'll find. Okay, great, everyone. Thank you so much. Please continue to take care of yourself, and I'll see you all at some point. If you're in Love and Rage, I'll see you Friday for our lives. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Be well.